Hey, what's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Persona 5 The Phantom X. Now, hopefully this is our final Sumi video when it comes down to TW side here, which I think you guys should be seeing on Thursday, but we're going to be talking about the character and if you should get her weapon. I do think a lot of this thing is going to be based on preferences, especially when it does come down to DPSs. Most DPSs don't ever need their weapon, but some of them can benefit it, or at least benefit from it a lot. So we're gonna go over the pros and cons about the weapons here, as well as showing a little bit of a difference between the two. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Really does help me out a lot in the long run, and we're gonna try our best to just make this the best thing ever here, or at least show you guys the differences between both weapons. So as you know, of course, each character comes with their 5-star and their 4-star variants here, and making this no different for Kasumi. Now, I ended up getting her 4-star up a while back when I was testing her back on when she first came out on TW, and seeing that nothing has really changed about the character on TW just far here, including my set effect, we're gonna go ahead and test the damage markers once again, showing you guys if you need 5-star weapon or 4-star weapon. But for some of you guys who do not know exactly what the 5-star weapon or 4-star weapon does here, allow me to enlighten you a little bit. On my release screen right here, you should be able to see everything that you need to see, being the 5-star weapon description as well as the 4-star weapon description. With this in mind here, the 5-star weapon is pretty darn good here, giving you extra bonus stats of course, such as crit damage increasing by 36% and some extra effects that are coming with the 5-star weapon itself. If you're able to obtain a posture stack, which you will be able to do so, your attack is going to be increased by 21% for 2 whole turns up to 1 whole stack, giving you a permanent 21% easy attack bonus. But alongside of this, if an ally casts in Highlight or 3rd, you obtain a stack of Awakening. By doing so, you increase your damage dealt by 8.4%, and for 3 whole turns up to 2 whole stacks, you will have this. Whenever the Awakening reaches the 2 stack, you additionally will get a Highlight damage dealt by 30%, which is also insanely worth it. This is one of the benefits of having the 5-star weapon, but mainly what you're looking at is obviously the crit damage that you do gain from it and the damage dealt. Attack percent wise, we technically already get that just from the 4-star weapon itself, so do keep that in mind. But when we take a look at the 4-star weapon, the 4-star weapon itself is 24% on your attack, and when posture is above 2 stacks, you're increasing your damage dealt by 45%. This is making up for that highlight side of things, where you no longer have to do the whole highlight gimmick there, but you're getting 45% extra just for having 2 stacks. These 2 stacks you're going to get anyways by using the set or using her kit, so you really don't have to worry about too much when it does come down to that as well. But the real question, do you need it, do you not? I personally say for this character, you don't really need it. The weapon itself, it will help you out on the extra crit damage, which is very, very important for our highlight, but sometimes you can make that up with just the inner stats based on your cards. But with me saying this, let's go ahead and see the damage marker difference to really show exactly how much damage can really be done. Now, the best way to technically test this out would be in Guild Boss, mainly because you're able to record the point value, and that's probably the best thing to try it in. But I want to try and do this with just damage markers, because of course you guys could just go ahead and compare the two based off the damage markers. And currently, if I'm looking at the guild right, I don't think we really have a good enough bonus one to try it in. But I mean, you know what, I guess we could just do something random here and just smack something together. So let's go ahead and use this. I don't think we have any ads, so let's just go ahead and do this here. And if we can survive, which is that's the true hope here, if we can survive, then we'll go ahead and test it out here. If we can't, we'll just do the DPS. So let's go ahead and click this. This is the team that you're usually going to be using here, and it seems like I've used my twins elsewhere, so I'm going to take those on back here, and we're gonna try to do this our way. So if I'm doing this on a easy difficulty, which I feel like is probably the better choice here, let's just put it on normal, right? We're gonna kill it pretty quickly. It's gonna be pretty easy to do so, and we're gonna use this way so you guys can actually see it. We have the 5-star weapon on here. You guys should be able to see the amount of points that we're able to accumulate and just do right here, even without the puffs. So we're not locking any health, we're not doing any of that good stuff. We're just planning to kill it pretty quickly and just have some fun with it. So we got the first hit on. Let's try to get our rotations perfectly fine. And actually for the first round, I will lock its health because I'm pretty positive we're gonna end up killing it this round. We don't want to do that. So using this as if we have like an A0R0 chord here, we're gonna try to do this the best that we can. So first things first, I'm going to proc off the skill 1 here on our Vishnu. Then afterwards, we're gonna use our skill 2, making sure we have our recorded thing here as well. And then we're going to use our dance partner being with the twins. The twins is personal. I feel like this is the best team here because then you get 2 follow-ups off of it as well as some decent buffs. So I think this is probably the best thing you should end up doing. But now on this turn, we're going to go ahead and unlock the boss here once we get to Sumi's turn or get to one of Sumi's attacks. So once we have this, we're going to go ahead and do this here right there. I would advise a lot of you guys to wait until Wonder's turn here so you're able to get the buff properly. But we're gonna use our skill 2, in which we did about 110k, not too crazy, right? Then we did a good 154k right there. We get the follow up again once the twins do hit. And we did 162k on a crit. So we gotta make sure we're critting all the time too. That's another good thing. But now on this round, what we're gonna go ahead and do, so we're gonna swap to our Dionysus and we're gonna immediately use our highlight here, allowing us to get that lovely buff. After that, I would advise a lot of you guys to use your lovely Rebellion here, giving you the amount of crit rate and crit damage that you do need here. Afterwards, we're gonna go ahead and pop off our skill 3, which is gonna give us the damage that we're looking for. So if we go ahead and pop off the first skill right here, boom, we get obviously about 1 mil damage. Nothing too crazy, nothing too insane there. But this round, we're gonna go ahead and pop off our mask, making sure we're using our mask this round. And then we're gonna turn this on off so he can go into his weak phase and use our skill 1. Once we use our skill 1, we have our full stacks and we are ready to go. So the next round is where we deal our damage round here. This is where we're gonna go ahead and make the boss actually weak here, or see exactly how much damage we can go ahead and do. So utilizing the skill 3, we're gonna take him down. Obviously, I can't really control how Futaba attacks, so hang with me when it does come down to that. We're gonna get our first hit in, use our second hit, and this one is going to be with Sarosha. That dealt some decent damage right there. We're then gonna go ahead and pop off this, hopefully get a crit from the shock, which is lovely. We got the shock here, having us fully set up. And once we use our highlight, we hit an easy 3 million damage, which is insanely worth it here. So just off of that, we hit 3 mil, and then once we go ahead and follow up with the skill 3, which is the main thing you want to use, we hit another 1.4 mil, which is insanely worth it. So if we just go off of that, right, and we don't do any more attacks, our score should turn out to be something like, let's see what we got here. Our score is going to be 47 million. Now that's with the 5-star weapon. Pretty dang good on damage. You guys saw like our height was around like 3 mil to 4 mil. Let's see how much we can hit with the 4-star variant. So if we go ahead, and I'm not going to do any cuts here, I just want to have it as raw footage for a lot of you guys, and we go to the 4-star. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to swap our things around. Remember, we're no longer going to have that crit damage. So instead of our crit damage being around 267, with a 4-star weapon, we are now going to be at the, let's see how much we got right here. We are now going to be at 231. Now I did take down our attack, but that's perfectly fine, or at least it helped our attack a little bit, but it did take down our crit damage. So let's see how much this is going to deal this time. We're going to do the same thing and just see how much point value is going to be missing here. So if I go ahead and hit the same way, only going to be counting our main damage coming from at least Sumi. So not going to be counting too much here. We don't want to kill the boss too early, so I'm just going to lock it ahead of time. It does not change anything mattering here. We're still going to use the skill 1. Boom. We're going to go ahead and pop off our lovely amount of skill 1 here on Vishnu. Once we do this, use our skill 2 with our chord. And then on her round, get our detective partner, or at least not our detective partner. I'm thinking of Akechi. Get our dance partner being the twins. Same thing's happening pretty much, just at this point in time, we already know we're dealing a little bit less damage. So let's try and test it with the first attack that we're going to get off the twins here, which is going to be this one. And I'm going to use the skill 1, taking down the defense that I can actually have. So first things first, what we're gonna go ahead and do is wait on our wonder once again, pop off the skill 2. This gives us all the damage that we do need here. And we did 100k. As you can see already, there's a huge damage difference there, or at least a decent damage difference while still being pretty darn strong. Then we hit 115k instead of like 160, which honestly isn't all too bad. Now, if we go ahead and check this on out, we're gonna swap over to our Dionysus, pop off our highlight, make sure it's focused on her primarily, and then use our lovely Rebellion once again, setting her up perfectly. Once we double check this and we have everything all done, we're gonna use our skill 3. And I think we hit a pretty high number last time. Let's see how much we get this time, which was a good 700k. So I don't think we crit, and maybe if we did, you can see kind of the difference in the crit damage as well as the damage dealt increase that we end up having. So now once it comes down to our turn, we're gonna pop off our Masquerade Mask, and we're just gonna go ahead and use her skill 1 once again, getting up that posture stack that we're missing. We still did about 321k, so that's pretty darn good for now, or at least for what we have. So now when it comes down to our damage round, we're gonna do this like we normally did. Go ahead and use our skill 3. Skill 3 is obviously going to be focused on everybody as well. This skill 3 should, oh, I actually forgot that. Ooh, that's my bad. So kind of a bad mark right there, but I think we can make up for it if we just kill the boss off here. Boom, get the kill on off. Nothing too bad should happen because she hasn't attacked just yet. If we go ahead and check this on out, we're going to pop off Sorosha, making sure we get the utmost amount of damage. Use our skill 1, hopefully getting a shock, which we did get a shock, lovely. And then from here on, we can see how much damage we get. So instead of the 4 mil, we got 1.4 mil, and that was still off of a crit. So obviously you can see the damage difference. And then if we use our skill 3, obviously, you guys can see how much damage difference is actually happening there. Instead of his hitting like the most insane numbers off of this, it is very much so different. So there is a lot of things that could go in order to making this work here. And let's just do this here real quick to show off the difference. So we hit about like 75, I think, or yeah, I think it was 75 mil here. Over here, we ended up hitting 64 mil. So it's about 11 mil difference, and that was with us screwing up. Probably could have been at least like a 9 mil difference, which could show you guys the heavy difference between the two. You are going to get a damage difference, which is obviously going to happen no matter what you're doing here, but it's not so different or not so crazy to a point that you have to feel like you need that 5-star weapon. In fact, it's a lot lower than you think it is when it does come down to the score difference here. So it's up to you deciding what you want to do. Personally, I still say that the 5-star weapon is always good to have for any DPS, but if she had to have it or not had to have it, you can definitely skip the 5-star weapon. It's honestly up to you. But with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, smash that like button on your forehead. Consider subscribing if you are new. I do daily videos of different P5X as well as 7 Deadly Sins content, so tune in for both. But till then, peace out.